Hello, Sagittarius. I hope you're all doing well. This is the Sagittarius reading for March the 19th, 2023. In the recent past, we'll just get right into it, we have the Knight of Swords in the upright position, and which is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then in the present, we have the Hermit in the reverse position, which is Virgo energy, earth energy. And then in the near future, we have the Ten of Wands in the upright position, which is fire energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. And then the general energy of the reading is the Three of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So let's continue. Starting with the Knight of Swords. So knights bring in messages, and swords kind of like cut to the truth, logical, that kind of energy, which is also, I like to think of it as is what you hear, like if you're really cutting something, which is air sounds. So it's really, I don't know, it's really, yeah. So when the Knight of Swords shows up, it is encouraging you to make decisions based upon facts and logic. You may have been relying heavily on your emotions and feelings, but those have a tendency to change or can sometimes lock you in a situation that you need to move away from. A logical approach will help you see the truth, even if it hurts the heart, yours or someone else's, to make a decision that is good for you at this time. The Knight of Swords knows exactly what you want, and you need to learn how to clearly articulate it to others so that there will be no misunderstandings. This will nip any potential problems in the bud before they have a chance to develop into larger headaches. So that's the energy of the near past. And we have in the present our Hermit in the reverse, which usually means that you've been spending a lot of time to yourself, hibernation, but in this case it's probably going a bit overboard. So you are spending way too much time by yourself, isolated from the rest of the world to the point where it is detrimental to your well-being. Taking time for yourself can be healing, but not if you're using it as to escape your responsibilities or avoid things you know you should do. The company of others will lift your spirits and bring light back into your life. So potentially you've been hibernating for too long, and you're at this point where you've been in hibernation for a while. And I'm having the need to say that the Three of Pentacles is like an opportunity that fell through, basically. It's somebody offered you this thing, like all right, I've got a great idea, let's put our muscles together kind of thing. Here's my power, here's your power. Together we can succeed in this, that, the other thing. But when it's in reverse, it means that whatever promises that were made the follow through wasn't enough, and it just fell through. And their efforts or whatever it was, somebody maybe backed out. Somebody was like, oh, actually, this is more work than I thought, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm busy. Or maybe something came up in their life and just like, sorry, I was able to do it, but now I'm not. Whatever it is, it's that's like an overall energy. Yeah, so so maybe you've been kind of in your emotions and have been encouraged to be more logical within your actions, and you potentially could be, maybe you have been in your emotions for a while, and that's why, like, in this present energy, it's saying like it's encouraging you to step out of that hermit state, out of that isolation state. For whatever reason you're in that, and make an effort to socialize and be with people, or do something that's out of what you have been doing, like not out of the routine that you've been in, because like there's a potential also that if if you do, like, well, let's say you want to get out of this routine that you're in, or even if you don't, but it's like all the options outside of this seem to have variables that you have to heal something in order to even get into that outside option. And it seems like the healing might be a little too either unwanted or overwhelming. Yeah, because it might have come to the point where it is really just you're avoiding something, maybe in your solitude. Also, it could just be like the fear of, the fear like changing, Five of Wands. The fear of changing things up again. What's what I was gonna say? Yeah, okay. Five of Wands. It's the I need to prove myself card, but it's in the reverse. And this one depicts actually a battle between dragons, which makes sense because fire breath. Yes, powerful. That's cool. So it's a lot of powerful needing to prove yourself. It feels like with this depiction especially, but in the reverse, your obstacles may turn out to be a little bit more challenging than what you were expecting. You may need to put in a little extra work to show up and win the argument or achieve the goal you've set your heart on. Someone around you may have one up on you. It's a small blow to your ego to watch them win. Sometimes with this card reversed, people end up gloating about their wins to the point where it becomes unhealthy and hurtful. On the flip side, you may give up halfway through because you don't feel like the feeling of competing with others. Because you don't like the feeling of competing with others, or you feel insecure about what you can do. Okay. Yeah. So it's like instead of putting more effort in to prove yourself, there might be a potential that you're just wanting to keep in the hermit mode because it just all of like the emotions associated to the proving yourself, the fighting for whatever, you just don't seem to enjoy that much, or they're just not pleasant. And so even though, yeah, it's just not pleasant. It's not pleasant. The feelings to whatever this situation is, to whatever, I guess this thing that fell through, this promise or whatever that fell through, whatever it was, this Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Which I really like that there's a Wheel of Fortune though underneath. I feel like there's things are, things can turn. The Wheel of Fortune, it reminds us that the wheels turn. They're always gonna, even if something's not, I'm stumbling over my words, but what is it? Nothing is forever. That's what it is. Wheels turn, nothing is forever, All right, so. And then in the near future, we have the Ten of Wands, which is fire energy again. And it's the weight I'm carrying is a heavy one. It's carrying a heavy burden is basically the Ten of Wands. It represents, in a personal reading, the responsibilities and commitment you're currently carrying. Maybe it's not actual work, but guilt or expectations you have for yourself or others can weigh you down emotionally or mentally over time too. You may not even realize that you're carrying this burden on your heart because you've become so accustomed to the way this weight feels. This card asks you to look at what you're holding on to and examine if it's worth it to carry it forward into the future or if you're better off letting it go. Yeah. Yeah. So I think you've come to a point where you might, I think you might see that this is not worth fighting for anymore. Maybe in the past you would have fought for it. Maybe in the past you did put a lot of energy into it, even if it wasn't like legitimate energy. Like even if you were just like fucking around because you just I don't know, maybe boredom or something like that. You just decided to put energy or whatever. Now you just don't even want to fight. Now you're just tired. You're just fucking done. You're just not interested in even like humoring something. And this Ten of Wands is yeah, you picking up your burdens, you leaving, you're reevaluating, and I think it's just you're growing. You're like observing and growing. That's kind of just what I'm getting. Like you're I think it's like you finally reached the point if you're like actually tired, you know? So yeah. You see it as it is, and you're actually tired. And I have a feeling like you know, that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and I really like that. I really like that for you. I think things are changing. It's just hard to get there, and it may be hard to also release the feeling of you put a lot of time and energy and effort into this thing, and I don't know, it's hard to move on a lot of the times when something just feels like it's been here long enough. All right, I wish you all the best. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Sunday and whatever day you see this, because whenever you see it is when you're meant to see it. All right, have a good one. Bye.